Law of success. We come now to the 10th of these laws, which is simply this: it's a pleasing personality. How would you define a pleasing personality? Well, the author defines it as simply this: it's an attractive personality, a personality that attracts. Now, my friends, some people may seem to have a naturally pleasing personality and others may not. You may run across people that they're 5-minute people. You've met those people, the whole 5 minutes you're watching the clock. And then there's other people you meet and you could spend hours with them. What's the difference? Well, the author shares an experience that he had one day. He says, I don't generally take visitors. I have my staff and secretaries there that are trying to be a gatekeeper, so to speak. But he says they came back this one day and they said, there's this lady here to see you, this little old lady. And he says, as soon as they said little old lady, I thought to myself, I have to take her a visit. I know she's here to sell me a book or something. And he says, so I walked out. And he says, as I walked out, he says, I knew I was in trouble immediately because she had the sweetest smile of anyone that I had ever met. That's the first part of a personality that's attractive and pleasing. And he says, then when I walked up to her, he said she shook my hand in such a way that made me feel like it was an honor to meet her. That's the second part of a pleasing personality. And then he says the experience went on. I invited her back into my office. He said, I felt so happy to be with her. As we walked into my private office, I let her sit in my chair. And he said, I sat in the chair in front. And he said, for the next 45 minutes, he said, she went on and spoke. And he says, I didn't say hardly anything, and I enjoyed every part of it. He says, I was a willing participant. You know why? He said, because she talked about me. My friends, at this point in time, this book hadn't been written, but one of the best books you can ever read on this topic that the author's talking about, Law of Success, is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And she displayed every part and every trait of that book. My friends, for further detail on this, go subscribe to our YouTube channel. The story is lengthy, and there's many stories, as within each of these lessons, that will help you and I to change our lives, to be the attractive personality that we want to be, but we simply can't get all that information out here. So go subscribe to our YouTube channel. But for this story's purpose, she absolutely attracted him to her because she spent time talking about him. And he said it was genuine. It wasn't fake. It was real. He said she had a bundle with her. I assumed it was a book she wanted to sell me. But when we finally got to the point where she let me talk, so to speak, he said, she unraveled this package, and Napoleon says it was all magazines that I was the editor of, that she had read and marked and highlighted things that I had said. My friends, she left there with a fan for life. He said she didn't sell me anything. She was actually selling securities. But he said, I was so indebted into her for the way that she had built me up that I called my friends, and she sold more than 5 times to my friends what she would have ever sold to me, because I helped her, because she helped me. My friends, a pleasing personality starts with, I said a smile and I said a handshake, but really what it starts with is being genuine. Genuinely caring about other people will be the beginning of a pleasing personality.